Los Angeles police have arrested singer David in connection to a deadly discovery back in September. The artist, whose real name is David Burke, is accused of killing a 14-year-old girl whose decomposing body was found in an abandoned Tesla registered to his name. Burke is being held without bond.
The tragic death of Celeste Rivas. A missing teen, a hidden truth, and a case that shocked California. When a missing person poster becomes a murder investigation. At first, she was simply a missing teenager. A girl with big curly hair. A backpack on her way to school. A daughter her family desperately wanted home. Her name was Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She was reported missing from Lake Elsinore, California, while still very young, just 13 years old. For months, her family searched. Neighbors remembered the posters. Questions kept growing. Then, in September 2025, a horrifying discovery changed everything. Celeste was found dead, and the place where she was found stunned the nation. Inside an abandoned Tesla linked to rising singer D4VD, known legally as David Anthony Burke. This is the heartbreaking story of Celeste Rivas. Early life and background. Celeste Rivas Hernandez was a teenage girl from Lake Elsinore, California. Neighbors described her as quiet, intelligent, and recognizable for her big curly hair and youthful energy. She was the kind of teenager many people would see walking to school with her backpack, ordinary, young, and still figuring out life. Like many teens, she was navigating adolescence, identity, independence, and the challenges that come with growing up. She had dreams, possibilities, and a future still waiting to unfold. But like many vulnerable teenagers, she also faced struggles that were not always visible to the outside world. Reports suggest she had been reported missing more than once, and her disappearances caused significant distress for her family and relationships. Celeste lived with her family in Lake Elsinore. Her family repeatedly searched for her and reported her missing, showing clear concern and urgency. Missing person posters were placed throughout the neighborhood. Neighbors remembered seeing those posters again and again. Her loved ones were trying to bring her home. There is no public record of Celeste having children. She was still a child herself. As for relationships, investigators later alleged that she had become involved with an older adult male, an allegation that would become central to the criminal investigation. That allegation would later lead to some of the most disturbing revelations in the case. The disappearances. Celeste was first reported missing in 2024, when she was only 13. According to reports, she disappeared multiple times during that period. Some neighbors recalled that when she returned home after one disappearance, she was upset about the missing posters and social media attention. This pattern of repeated disappearances created confusion, fear, and concern. For families of missing teens, every return brings relief, but also new questions. Was she safe? Who was influencing her? What was happening behind the scenes? These questions would become painfully important later. The horrifying discovery. On September 8, 2025, employees at a Hollywood tow yard noticed a strong foul odor coming from an impounded black Tesla. The vehicle had reportedly been abandoned in the Hollywood Hills before being towed. When authorities investigated, they made a devastating discovery: human remains. The body was severely decomposed and had been inside the vehicle for an extended period of time. The victim was later identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez. For her family, the search was over. But the nightmare had only just begun. The investigation deepens. The Tesla was registered to musician David Anthony Burke, professionally known as D4VD. As investigators retraced the case, they focused on digital communications, phone records, surveillance evidence, forensic evidence, witness testimony. Law enforcement also reportedly searched Burke's home and collected electronics and computers as part of the investigation. The case quickly became national news. Questions exploded across social media. How did a missing teen end up in that vehicle? What happened in the months between her disappearance and the discovery? Arrest and charges. In April 2026, prosecutors charged David Burke with first-degree murder, continuous sexual abuse of a minor under 14, unlawful mutilation of human remains. Prosecutors alleged that Burke had an illegal sexual relationship with Celeste and believed she might expose it, threatening both his freedom and his career. They further alleged that he killed her to silence her and protect himself. Authorities described the killing as brutal and horrific. Burke has pleaded not guilty, and his legal team maintains his innocence. As of now, the legal process is ongoing. Cause of death and ongoing questions. Because of the condition of the remains, investigators initially faced major challenges determining the exact cause of death. The autopsy details were sealed during the investigation. Later reporting indicated prosecutors alleged that a sharp instrument was used and that the body had been concealed for months. Still, some questions remain under active legal review. This is important in true crime reporting. Not every answer comes immediately. Sometimes justice takes time. The human cost. 1. A family devastated. Celeste's family did not just lose a daughter. They lost years of hope, searching, and unanswered prayers. Every missing person case carries emotional exhaustion. This one ended in unimaginable
2.
grief. A community in shock. Neighbors who remembered seeing her walk to school were left stunned. She had been part of the neighborhood. Now her story had become national tragedy. 3. Public attention and media pressure. Because of the celebrity connection, the case exploded online. But behind every headline was a real teenage girl whose life mattered far more than internet speculation. That must never be forgotten. Lessons and prevention. Celeste's story carries powerful warnings. 1. Missing children must be taken seriously. Repeated disappearances should never be normalized. Even when teens leave voluntarily, they remain vulnerable to exploitation. Lesson: every missing child case deserves urgency. 2. Grooming often happens quietly. Adults who manipulate minors often build trust before abuse becomes obvious. Families may not see it immediately. Lesson: parents and guardians should stay aware of unusual adult attention toward minors. 3. Open communication saves lives. Teenagers need safe spaces to talk without fear of punishment or shame. Silence creates danger. Lesson: listening can be life-saving. 4. Community awareness matters. Neighbors often notice patterns before authorities do. Repeated disappearances, suspicious contact, or concerning behavior should never be ignored. Lesson: communities protect children together. 5. Online and real-world boundaries. Teen vulnerability often crosses both digital and physical spaces. Monitoring risky adult influence matters. Lesson: safety education must include both real-life and online relationships. Final reflection: remembering Celeste. The story of Celeste Rivas Hernandez is not just about crime. It is about a teenager who should still be here. A girl who should have had more birthdays, more school mornings, more chances to grow up. Instead, her name became part of a criminal case. But before that, she was simply Celeste. A daughter. A young girl. A life that mattered. Before she became a headline, she was someone's child. And the greatest lesson from Celeste's story is this: missing children are never just missing, they are lives waiting to be protected. If you care about accountability, subscribe to True Crime Echoes channel. Wherever you are watching from, or in case you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You can also drop your comments on the comment section. Do you really think David Burke aka D4VD killed Celeste Rivas? This is heartbreaking. Life lost can't be brought back. If this case makes you think twice, click on the subscribe button. Share this story for a moment. Thanks for watching. Turn on the notifications. Stay safe and stay vigilant.